It's a serious question.
Yes.
What is foreign aid? How much is foreign aid?
In a concept, that foreign aid has seen you as a poor person.
If you check in Nigeria right now, only last year, 2024, how much was stolen in the Nigerian crude account?
And juxtapose that to the foreign aid which we go and get.
No, nothing is foreign aid. Foreign aid is garbage. It's just what they are using to influence you. You should elect your leaders to be accountable of whatever happens in the country.
And look at the things that is happening today. How did that guy predicted those things and put it in those movies? It's not just a fluke. They have an idea what is going to happen in the next future.
Yeah, and all these movies they are doing about robots, having personal robots.
Now, what happened recently? Didn't Elon Musk launched his personal robots?
Yes,
which has capabilities of talking and speaking. So for me, I don't want to believe that they don't know what is going to happen. They have a clear idea, and as a matter of fact, these things they are already in place.
Yeah,
probably they are being tested in the background. Like if you are going to talk about these mobile phones like that, iPhone 17 has already been released long time. It's now in the testing stage.
Yeah,
but it will be released in September. That's how it is.
But how are we so far behind? How is Africa so far behind?
We don't have the capacity. We really lack capacity to bring up these innovations at this moment.
Yeah.
The human capital to do that are available in abundance. But the capacity for the human capitals to capitalize on to bring out these products is what we lack. And these people who have the capacity, they will not allow us to also explore to that extent, because once we get there, there is going to be a competition between us and them. That's why, now what they do is they steal the people who have that knowledge, the human aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So they will steal these people who have that capacity into their fold, and the people will now be working on their behalf. Instead of coming back to where their roots and start implementing these philosophies. When they come back, we lack that components to help them build these platforms. Not that we don't have the human resource. The human resources are really there. There are people who are so much knowledgeable to take up this mantra.
Project,
yes. But unfortunately, these people are being stolen by them. They take them away from us. They give them Western education, instill in them the kind of education they need, and these people will end up working on.
But I've come to understand that all this technology revolution, that you will never get the knowledge from school. I've come to understand that you will never get it from university. It's from your thinking.
It's not being taught. See, first of all, I told you I studied computer science, right?
Yeah.
A lot of things that they told us about the time I was schooling, somewhere 2017, we knew about the fifth generation computer, artificial intelligence, right? But it was not rolled out. But it's in the book. But within that education cycle, we should have been taught what exactly the AI is. We were just given a brief on, AI is where machines will function as human beings.
Yes.
This is just an overview of what it was. What exactly is the AI entails? We were not taught. Now coming out of school and the implementation of what AI actually means, you will see that we lagged behind. We wasted our time completely in school. Meanwhile, these guys who are implementing these things, they implement it from their own it's not the theory aspect. It was practical. And this practical also yielded these results. All these things are not being taught in African schools. It will not be taught by anyone.
The drive for revolution in science, the drive for revolution in tech, it will never be taught in
school. It will not be taught. We are just going to be taught the theory aspect of it I mean, come on.
Who is going to teach it?
No one.
No, who is going to teach it? Those people that are going to teach it, they don't have the resources.
They don't have the capacity. Yes.
They don't have it. It's only all this private company that will be putting research in place, bringing people to help them do all these things. Maybe go to school and recruit bright minds.
Right. You are right.
Yeah.
You're correct. You see, I even noticed something that even in Africa, as an example, the lack of capacity is really a problem. You know, the lack of capacity. The human resources are there. We have the minds to understand things as, you know, quickly as possible.
Yes.
But the lack of capacity is really affecting us in a sense that even the materials that we use to learn, like that is used, the TLMs that is used for teaching and learning,
yes,
are not materials which are being generated in Africa. For example, when we were studying computer science, the softwares which we use to learn are from Indian companies.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Private company.
A private company.
Yeah.
Indian companies which we adopt it, and these are capable people. These guys, they are capable people. They know these things. Why can't we also implement this?
You know, such thing will continue to happen in Africa. You know why it will continue to happen? Because there are a lot of distractions in Africa.
That's true.
A lot of distraction. First and foremost is our political class.
Yeah.
The way we practice politics, everything that is surrounding our politics. What we know about leadership is wrong. What our politicians practice, their way of leadership is wrong.
Yes.
If you don't have any a leader, if you don't have any elected leader in the office that have you in mind and try to enforce what is necessary, put it in place, we'll keep beating about the bush.
Your interest will be subverted. You are correct.
Keep beating about the bush.
The essence of leadership that we were supposed to understand is clearly, like what you said, is not what is being practiced.
Yeah.
They see leadership as opportunity, you know, for instead of like seeing it, instead of it should be in the other way around, like they should see as they are the ones serving us. It's not like that. It's like, you know, they are in the leadership and we are the ones supposed to serve them.
Yeah.
Once they see this from this perspective, clearly they've lost the track and they are not going to do things that they are supposed to do. You know, they see it as a privilege, like we are privileged for him to be our leader. That shouldn't be the case. It should actually be the other way around. He should be privileged enough. You know, look at what America goes through. Joe Biden and all these guys. What do they say? They are so proud that, you know, they served the people of America. That should be the standard of leadership. You know, that should be the standard of leadership. But this kind of comments doesn't come out from African leader. And even if it comes out of an African leader, it's not from a genuine standpoint. You know, it's not from a genuine standpoint. It's from the person's personality. You know, the person thinks like they feel big of themselves instead of coming down to the level where we should be able to associate ourselves with them. Once they lose track from this point, they will not be able to serve us, and we'll be lacking on these kind of things that we're talking about.
There are a lot of distractions in Africa, and these distractions are being programmed. It's being done purposely.
Yes.
To keep us distracted, to keep our mind from what is necessary.
The right things. Yes. You're right.
Done purposely. This is, you know, there are some things you'll be watching and you hear CIA. And when CIA are rolling out their propaganda, you know, everything, they will plan everything and roll it out
well
like
thought
a
through.
stage. Yes. Okay, let's give them this one. Let them be arguing or fighting with this thing. Yes. So that we'll be doing what we are doing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you think about what happened during the 4 years of America, this last 4 years, on how I would say a whole America or almighty America was talking about media everywhere. What is not really important.
Yeah. Instead of dealing with the substantive issues.
And you will see the citizens talking about it. You see, they will come to media. What they will be talking about is gender equality. How a whole America started deviating from what is important and start talking about
gender,
you know? Yeah. But right now, just within the space of 1 week, it looks like everybody's
issues about gender is gone.
Everybody's focusing on what is important right now. This is what they do to us.
It's true.
This is what they do to us. And I think this morning when I was going on Twitter, posting and also reading to comment on other people's posts, I see this lady. She was very, very instrumental on during Obi's
Election.
campaign. Yeah, she worked so hard on Twitter. I see she's coming back again now. I think maybe the election is campaign
Over.
is going to be around the corner, so she's becoming more active. I don't know why. So she posted something in America, China, all this developed country. If you go to their Twitter page, what you'll be seeing is about AI revolution, EV, what is important. And
Right.
if you come to Nigerian Twitter space, you'll be seeing celebrity fight and gender equality. Gender equality has shifted. They're no longer
Yeah.
talking about it. Now it has moved to Nigeria and Africa.
Right.
We are the ones fighting for it.
We are the one
now.
talking
Yeah.
about it now.
What is not really important, living what is important and focused on garbage.
The first thing is, why should gender equality even be a topic to discuss?
What is even gender equality? to
Nobody
start
is stopping anyone from doing taking any responsibility or taking any position at any point in time. So in the first place, that discussion we shouldn't even start that
with?
discussion.
Yeah.
It's not in
We should not
we
entertain it.
should not entertain that discussion at all in the first place. Because first of all, we do not disenfranchise any gender whatsoever in Africa. It's opened. The market is very opened and it's very competitive. You know, so why should that discussion even should be in the forefront of, you know, our normal political discussions? You know, it is a very, very deliberate, like you said, a very deliberate propaganda
rolled out to
which is
distract us.
rolled out to distract our minds from the substantive issues that affects us. You know, why should LGBTQ and gender issue become a problem?
I don't know, man.
It should not. The discussion should not come. Last time I said something that in Africa, this issue is not a topic at all. Why should it be a topic now? Why? Because people have sat down in the background and they've studied our psychology.
Yes.
They have experts in psychologists. They sat down, they studied how we think, and they know that they are going to throw in tantrums like this, you know, in the political discussion. So these topics are going to take the lead in the discussions.
Yeah.
Then it will give them the opportunity to roll out their actual minds, the actual plan they have for us. Why is it that we cannot really think about these things, you know, and also find ourselves being victims of these circumstances? It's not helping us. This issue is not an issue at all. We should not even start it in the first place. There are substantive issues that affect our day-to-day activity or our daily lives, you know, affect our lives now and affect our lives in future, and affect our great-grandchildren that are going to come after us. This should be the subject, and this should be the things that we should focus on and discuss now. How is our education going to be in the next few years to come? How is the health sector going? How is the issue about critical thinking? How are we going to embed that into the kids?
What they do is they will play in the mind of people that are very emotional.
Right.
So the way maybe every day people get beaten. Every day where I work right now, there are some people. I said it. I can say it to anybody. I've said it to my manager. In my shoes, there are a lot of 90% of people I see around here cannot stand in my shoes. So I approach it differently. To me, it pushes me to go after what I want.
Yes.
So most people will ask me, why are you still here? I say, you don't know the benefit of what I'm doing here.
do.
You know, the things they do here, my mindset is, if I am so relaxed in some place, I will not go after my dream.
Yes.
So this thing is a drive. What I'm going through here, according to what you're saying now, propelled me to push to what I want, right?
Yeah.
So what they will do is, if I am somebody that is going to be emotional, think emotionally, when somebody talk to me that way, I will be very down, thinking emotionally, or when I see my boss, I will hate him, or, you know.
Yes.
But I started thinking about that from another standpoint. That it has to give me strength. Anything you think I'm passing through here has to be what is going to propel me to go after what I want, right? So they play into the emotion of some ladies or some guys, you know.
People who are weak in mind, in thinking.
Yes. So they leave what is important.
Yes, that's
and
the
it
most,
becomes a national issue.
for us to make it a national issue to discuss. It's a problem. They know why, you know something? First of all, they know that in Africa, these issues are not issues in the first place. They know that. They know very well. That's why they have expert psychologists who know who drives on the sentiments of the people. They know issue about LGBTQ plus. It's not a topic
whatever
in
that
the
shit
first
is.
place. They know issues about gender whatsoever is not in it. We don't entertain that because first of all, nobody is subjected from taking anything. So since they know that, what they do is they'll bring up this topic. You know, once this topic is raised, you know, since it's already not even in our DNA, so people are going to go against it. For example, since we know that this community are against this kind of sentiments, you will have one guy who will come that he's anti that or he's pro that thing. That thing. If I'm going to be a pro of something, a pro LGBTQ, I'm going to raise these sentiments in Africa. What's going to happen? The people are going to rise against that subject. You know, so it drives the mindset away from the substantive issues about governance, about, you know, daily bread, you know, day-to-day bread about the people. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the majority of the people do not even subscribe to this in the first place. So if you have one person who is a pro, who is going to raise this subject as a national issue for it to be discussed, what's going to happen? The people in the country where these things are being discussed are going to go against it. So it drives their mindset, their mentality away from the substance of the issues that are really, really affecting them in the country.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a problem. So we don't have to be emotional. I agree.
Most people will still be emotional.
Yes, you see, that's where we need to start. You see, that is why it is very important for us to say these things like this, you know, issues like this. We have to be talking about it. We have to always be talking about it until it gets to their minds. People, the ones who are not thinking needs to start thinking.
Yeah.
You know, we need to take out emotions out of all these things and look at things in a broader spectrum. You know, once we are going to let our emotions take lead, it's going to we are not going to get to the destination we are looking for. You understand? If emotions are not even there in the first place, this topic will not gain that popularity in Africa. We don't tolerate it.
You know, I used to think, I want to go to the election side. I used to think that people's votes do not count.
Right.
You know, there is this thing they say that votes do not count. But I've come to realize that votes do count. You know, if you this election apathy or vote apathy, when it gets to our mind, people saying that our vote did not count, they were able to rig it, is because we did not vote in a way that they cannot rig.
Yes.
You know, I would take from example of what happened in Ghana. I will also take for example on what happened in US right now, what just passed, and election that happened in Nigeria. I will use Lagos as an example. If that voting was not massive, they would have
They
rigged
could
it.
have entered it.
Yes. So, you know, this thing that we are always saying that our election, yes, they will rig. There is no place they cannot rig, but
Yes.
you have to check. You have to go on, use your own time to do research, educate yourself, and educate people around you.
Yes.
If you
correct.
vote, according to Elon Musk, if you vote like your life depends on it, you will not be able to change anything.
Yes, you should be very aggressive in your votes. Like while you're talking issues about this election, somebody went to the booth to go and cast his votes, all right? And before the person even cast the votes, the person was invoking curses.
On the person that will
The person was invoking curses on the government in power, who he is going to vote against.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, this is the opportunity of, you know, this is the opportunity. I will never get the opportunity to face you one-on-one. So I'm facing you in the booth and I'm going to vote against your party. So he took that as an opportunity to invoke curses on the government. So he's actually voting as if his life depends on it. And this sentiment transcends across all the people. So that's how it should be. You know, when you want, you have the, when you there is a general sentiment to change a government, it should be very, very aggressively followed, you know. So even though, like you said, the people who vote really counts, but it goes beyond also. Like, we are voting. There is a statement made by, I've forgotten who made it, that whoever votes doesn't count anything. But the people who do the counting are the ones who takes the biggest decision.
Yeah.
You know, so while you are educating people to do the voting appropriately, you should also be educating the people who are in charge of ensuring that the people who vote, the votes are being counted. You understand what I'm saying? So yes. So it is very important, because once the vote is cast, the person is out of the jurisdiction or the perimeter. Whoever is there as an agent, to ensure that this vote is counted is very, very important. Once the person loses sight, or the person embed himself in any form of, because the lobby goes on and all, maybe the person who wants to win will lobby you,
And lobby means bribery.
Of course.
If we have lobby, don't think they are doing that is the word they use to cover their bribe.
Lobby goes on. Whoever wants to win will try to lobby the other person.
Yeah.
So you have people who have integrity, to make sure that every single vote that has been casted is counted. If we get to this stage, then things are going to be better for us. Yes, so they will take this voting. You see, honestly, voting is good. At least it gives you the opportunity to exercise your franchise.
Yes.
But that shouldn't be the only yardstick.
No, every country is good.
Yes.
The only problem is leadership.
Right.
Every country, then you never thought that Burkina Faso, their people would be this happy. I just saw on the news that Ibrahim Tohere bought a 2 plane for the country. He doesn't have his own plane. Now, the thing he's been thinking is how to elevate his country.
How to make the people, yes.
Move his country from one point to the other and let it be in a positive way. Moving his country forward, right? This is I watched. He bought a 2 airplane for the country. This is, okay. Let's see now. Burkina Faso has their own national flight.
Right.
Burkina Faso. Everybody will be saying Burkina Faso is too small.
Yes.
Do you know that Nigeria, with almost 250 million people,
doesn't have even us?
So it's crazy, and they have the resources to do it.
It is sad. See, we know, all of us know that the growth is not going to be rapid. But look at what Burkina Faso is doing in the space of this short time. And why is the leader being cheered up like that? The people know that we are not going to become millionaires, or everyone in the country, or the country is not going to become like Dubai in 1 year or 2 years.
Yes.
It's going to take a long time. But you need to take the right step.
The people are seeing 100% effort from the leader.
And commitment from the leader.
Yeah.
They are seeing commitment. The leader is saying that I'm not going to take any salary. I'm going to take the salary as I was a soldier.
Yeah.
That's the same salary I'm going to rely on. I'm not going to take any salary I'm not interested in these kind of things. I'm not interested in, So the step he's taking decisive steps that is clearly for the interest of the people.
For his own country.
Yes, and the people are happy about it. They know that probably it's going to take so many, even 100 years before their country is going, get to some stage. But they are happy about it now. Why? Because they see the efforts of the leader.
Yes.
We are not stupid. We are not stupid. We see efforts, and we see it when somebody actually mean good for us.
Yeah.
So if we are agitating on a particular leader, it should tell you that we don't align with the person's policies, and the person's policy is clearly not in our interest at all. They should look at these things. They should sit down themselves, and the African leaders should sit down themselves and think about it. Why is Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, why do they idolize or eulogize their leaders? And all these leaders came out of military takeovers.
Yes.
Why do they eulogize these leaders like that?
There should be a revolution of change of regimes, just like what happened. Coup d'etat happened like last year, right?
Yes.
Massive and almost all in West Africa.
And all these people, the people are cheering it up.
Yes. So youth, I don't think there will be a military takeover in Nigeria. I don't think so. Do you know why I think it will not happen? Because the person in charge knows how to bribe.
Of course, he's an astute politician.
He knows how to bribe. He will buy you off. He will buy you off your foot. He knows how to bribe. So I think that all those military leaders in Nigeria, they have all been bought. So everything now, it depends on is on the citizens.
Yes.
To take a decision, and it's going to be a drastic one. This time, I think they should vote in a way that it cannot be rigged.
Very well. So first of all, coup d'etat is not really necessarily only about military
Yes.
takeovers.
Yes.
Citizens can take a coup d'etat. Citizens can effect a coup d'etat.
Mm.
Okay. Somebody made a statement. He's a judge in my country that says it's not only the military that has the power to
Overturn government.
no to subvert the constitution whatsoever. Constitution can be subverted by the judges, can be subverted even by the individuals, like people, normal citizens.
Mm.
That is actually the coup d'etat we are looking for. Coup d'etat can be taking place not only by military. The individuals in the country can take a decisive decision to make a serious coup d'etat against the government.
If you want to give them an example now, you will use, after 2000 and is it 20 election when Joe Biden took over from Trump, it was one. Or okay, let me use what happened 2016. 2016, Donald Trump winning this lady Hillary Clinton, right?
Yeah.
It was on closed decision.
Yes.
That is why Democrat was able to
Go
running their mouth, right?
Right.
But look at what happened now. They could not find
This is a
mouth to say
decisive
anything.
vote. Yes. The margin was so huge.
Up to now, they've not
We
been
can
able to say
actually
anything.
we can equate this as a coup d'etat.
Yeah,
This is a coup d'etat
yes.
by the citizens.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
how it should be.
The Democrats have seen that they love their place, they've loved their seat, they've lost their mouth. Even when Obama was trying to speak to the black people,
Nobody listened.
Everybody lashed out on him.
Nobody. As a matter of fact, even black people in America voted against this. Their own like tradition.
It was a revolution.
Of course.
It was a
and it was
revolution.
very serious one, which like the wind that was blowing, there was absolutely no way.
If Nigerians want change this time, I'm speaking because we're going to have another election in 2 years. So if Nigerians wants to make something happen,
they should imitate what has happened within these few election cycles.
The revolution should happen this time on the ballot.
And they need to be the youth of Nigeria.
If they are tired.
Of the youth of Nigeria. If they really need to make a change of government, it should be very decisive. And whoever thinks like, no, I'm not going to vote, all politicians are the same, you just vote for them and no, that's not how it should be. If you don't vote, an idiot will vote on your behalf. And the consequences is going to be dire. Probably not for you, but maybe you have something to eat, but your children, your family are going to suffer. So don't take that stand at all. You need to take a stand that you are going to be part of the revolution. You understand what I'm saying? You should take a stand that you are going to be part of the revolution and you are voting your votes, your future depend on that vote. And the future of your kids depend on that vote.
Really, it's not like they should vote like.
It shouldn't be. Yes, it is actually.
Yeah, it depends on
and make sure your vote is very decisive. So if in the previous election we had 60% turnout or 50 or 70%, this time it should be 80 or 90%.
Yes.
The people should be very angry enough and make sure their decision is going to be very decisive.
And
to the point where the government in power who wants to do any form of rigging cannot even touch it.
There is another thing I found out. The way you vote for that candidate you want depends on the power you are going to give that guy.
Yes, of course.
I just found out, you see the kind of executive order Trump is signing. He is signing he has the political will to sign all those things because
the
American
people the people themselves gave him that authority.
Yes.
And these are not just these are things he told the people, and they endorsed him by giving him this kind of huge margin.
When you come out in numbers, when you come out in millions to vote that right candidate, you are not just putting that guy in office. You are giving him the mandate.
You are giving him ultimate responsibility.
Yes. And when he goes out to speak on your behalf, he knows that, okay,
the people
are behind me.
Correct.
So I'm going to represent them.
Correct.
You see Donald Trump now, anywhere he goes, he's speaking like American people decided that I should be here.
This is what we subscribe to.
Yes. American people voted me. And he said all swing states, all of them voted in their numbers. So American people gave him mandates to make all decisions, to negotiate for them.
Right.
You understand? So he's taking all the decisions. If you cannot go through Congress, he will just sign executive order.
and it will go through. And the people back him.
Yesterday, he sent military to California to go and release the water. This is like, okay, American people put me here to care,
make sure I
and
do
protect them.
this. Yes.
So whatever Gavin Newton, his name is Gavin Newton, right? Whatever Gavin Newton thinks is not my problem. We are going to release the water for the California people because they put me here.
Yeah.
So this is what he's doing. If you decide that this is who we are going to put in office to lead us, if you guys decide, you guys should vote in a number, because how you vote also determines how it's going to work. Yes. This is what I get to find out.
Yeah, correct. Right. If you
vote,
give him that decisive, if you give him a decisive mandate,
yes,
he knows that my people are behind me on any single decision I'm taking.
He will have the strength to go after anybody on your behalf.
And you know that, not even only that, the person it will put the person on his toes.
Yes.
Because the fact that the people of the country were able to give you this mandate,
yes,
it should tell you that they also have the capabilities of taking the mandate away from you. You understand? If you take that mandate for granted,
yes,
once they are able to give you this mandate and it's a serious decisiveness, like what American did,
yes,
American people or Donald Trump and his people should not forget that the people who gave him this mandate can actually take the mandate away from him, and even in an embarrassing manner, to a different party.
Yeah, but this is his last.
Yes, I agree. I'm talking about him and his party.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I'm just linking or just opposing that into the politics of Africa and in Nigeria, to be precise. If the people decides to, for example, give Peter Obi the mandate,
yes,
okay,
yes,
and they give him the mandate, a decisive mandate,
yes,
okay, it will put him, Peter Obi, to his toes,
yes,
and make sure and let him understand that the people who gave him this mandate has the ability to take the mandate away from him. You understand? So it will put him on his toes and make sure he will deliver a best governance,
yes,
for the people. So yes, the people, if you want a change of government, it shouldn't be anything, like a close change. It should be a very decisive one that will go a long way to teach that previous political class some lessons. And the current political class also will be on their toes.
And how is this? Because there is a reason why I'm always using what Trump is doing as an example, because the guy is so responsive. He's now always active. Now I'm asking, how is every information getting to him at a very rapid pace? You know, there is these two plane they are deporting from US to Colombia, right?
Mexico, sorry.
Trump heard about it. He took another executive order too, restricting the government officials from coming to the US and make a 25% increment on tariff immediately.
Yeah, I heard that. You know why I'm saying it is Mexico? Because the same news, linking that same news, I think yesterday or today, there was a shooting of US military on that border. Because of this tension, it has brought a huge tension, and drug cartels in Mexico are now attacking the military officers on the border of the US.
Of that. The Mexico one is different because Donald Trump have designated them as a foreign terrorist.
Yes.
And yes, so their own is different, and even deployed military to their border, deploy heavy military equipment to that
on
border.
their borders.
So they are going to fight them like a foreign terrorist. And some journalist asked Donald Trump, if the situation arises that you have to go into Mexico, will you do that? And he said, you never know. He has the
that guy is crazy. He will.
He said everything is possible, right?
He will go.
Yeah, everything is possible, right? Yeah, you never know. Now I have the people's mandate to protect them. You know, I was campaigning that I'm going to fight the cartels.
Yes.
I was campaigning that I'm going to stop the drug
illegal
cartels. Yes, bringing drugs through Mexico, through the border. This is what I campaigned on.
This is what he told the people.
Yes,
and the people buyed into it.
So they voted me to do this thing. So I'm going to do it 100%, and I'm going to be responsive.
It's actually one of his biggest campaign message.
Yes,
he was talking about it. Any campaign platform he mounts, he was talking about the drug cartels, the fact that illegal immigrants were entering through Mexico. Drug cartels, like people from prisons are being released from Mexico and they are being imported into the American. So it's actually a very big campaign message which he carried along, and the people bought into it. So to carry out this, if he's going to enter into Mexico today, the people of America were going to support him, and they are going to support him. See, America has all their flaws, right? But do not ever think that America is weak. America is never weak. And they can take any decisions at any time. They are that powerful to take these kind of decisions, you know? So yeah, let's see how these things goes. And these things, like, every single thing, why we are interested in these kind of topics is the fact that every single decisions that these people take goes in a long way to affect us directly. You understand? We are being affected directly by these kind of decisions. And it's important we also take interest in them.
Yeah, so this is the thing. All this reference that we are giving is for Africans or for our brothers to really, really check. Okay, because of this decision or because of the decision that we took to elect our leader decisively, now we've given him mandate, strength, and the audacity to do all the work on our behalf. You understand? Because this is, I think, during our last election, Nigerians go out en masse and put Obi in office. Obi is going to do everything necessary to make sure that he speaks for Nigerians.
Of course.
And he's a businessman. He's going to negotiate the right deals for Nigerians.
Especially when the decision is decisive, when the mandate he receives is a decisive mandate.
Yes.
If you give him a mandate which is close, okay, there are going to be some decisions which he will not be able to take, or if he has to take those decisions, he will be thinking about the political advantage of those decisions. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yes. You gave him a mandate, but the mandate is very close. I mean, any leader.
Yes.
Once he's going to take any decision that is going to affect the country, he'll be thinking about his political gains.
Yes.
Yes. So, it will be like, let's take this. They will be massaging the issues.
He'll be thinking about his political career.
Yes, his political career and the future of his party whatsoever.
Yes.
That is in subsequent elections.
Yes.
It shouldn't be like that. If the person is giving you the right information, which you buy into it,
yes.
When you are giving him the mandate, give him a serious mandate. That mandate.
He will know the people. I'm sure the people put me here.
Yes.
Not my party.
And the people, if the people give you such a mandate, you don't play with it.
Yes.
You don't play with a goodwill when you have one.
Yes.
If you have a goodwill, you have to make sure you live by the billing. If you play with a goodwill and the people decide to take the goodwill away from you, it will be embarrassing.
Yes.
You see. So I subscribe to this, and we need to.
If I want to give another example from Nigeria, there is a governor called Alex Oti. Mm-hmm. You might not have heard of it. He's a governor of Abia State. My governor, because I'm from Abia State.
Okay.
The people voted for this guy to be governor. Mm-hmm. And they were doing what they were doing from Abuja to bribe the councillor that was in charge to call the election result. Right. The woman or the lady refuses to bribe, right? He said the people of Abia State have decided that this guy should be their leader. It doesn't matter your bribe. It doesn't matter the money you bring. It doesn't matter. This guy is who he's
the will of the people will prevail.
They tried everything. And now look at how this guy is working for.
Mm-hmm.
Abia State guys. Look at how he's working. He's building road like the people are.
He respect the mandates that has been given to him.
People are asking, how is this guy getting money to do everything that he's been doing in Abia State?
Right.
And everything that this guy was able to pay all the pensions that was owned for, I think, 16 years.
By the previous government.
He paid everything. He did not borrow money to pay that money. What he did was, in Nigeria, if you're a past leader, they'll be giving you pension.
Right.
They'll be giving governor's pension and the deputy governor's pension. He stopped everything.
So he channeled those pensions into developmental projects.
Yeah, he used their pension to clear the people's pension. Yeah. Right? And this is what happens when you elect your leader. When you go out to say, this is who we are going to choose.
Need, yeah.
And no matter what happens, you guys should go in number. It should be like a revolution. The people should be able to say, as Nigerian people have decided. And it should not just be in Nigeria. I'm speaking because I'm from Nigeria.
Yes. It should
go across
the entire,
It should go across Africa. Just like last year, everybody was saying, coup d'etat is happening here. Coup d'etat is happening here. Even to the extent, Cameroon president has to change
security because it was a looming threat
across
the entire,
West Africa.
Yes. It was a looming threat that, it was a very serious looming threat that people think like it was going to go on. It was going to go
And
on.
it was how should I say it? It could have happened if it
Yes,
didn't
yes,
change.
yes. And these leaders,
Yes.
they got their alarm
Yes.
and they started taking these decisions. First of all, if you know you are running your country properly, why are you afraid of coup d'etat? If you make a coup d'etat and the people are not in support of the coup d'etat, it's a waste of time.
Yes.
The people will not support you.
Yeah.
So if the people are supporting coup d'etat, you should know that there is a fundamental problem.
Yes.
The people are not stupid. They think like, the country is being run properly and all of a sudden we go and you take a coup d'etat and you think that the people will support you. No, not. But once there is a coup d'etat today and the people are supporting the revolution, then there was a very big fundamental problem that has taken place.
Yeah.
And of course, for coup d'etats, there is a lot of justifications that can be given. Army can justify anything.
Yeah, some Western countries, somebody like the previous administration of America said that they will not recognize Niger government. Who gives a shit if they recognize or not?
As a matter of fact, Niger is trying to kick you out of his country.
Who gives a shit? What matters is the people.
You people were there to steal their resources. These people have resources.
Don't recognize. Don't worry.
You built your military bases in these countries. For what reason?
And what they did now, because they were able to form their own coalition, right?
Yeah.
They can trade, they can protect themselves, all these things. This is what happened right now. Nobody cares if you recognize that or not.
And so, as a matter of fact, I'm anticipating. This AES should not actually stop here. I want to see them actually, expanded their wings.
It will happen. If now,
especially the countries around them, like these the countries who are suffering now. Now it's Burkina, Mali, Niger. They should rope in Somali, because Somali is right now in a serious mess.
Yeah, but it's divided into two, right?
Yes, so they should try. I don't know how they should, but they should try and go forward. If people or the countries around them see the seriousness in their alliance, they might be interested in, coming in. And it will be a second, very big blow to the alliance. The alliance for Sahel states should be a force. And they should try and rope in all the countries that are around them, So first of all, they need to strengthen themselves to a level where they can be able to attract these ones into their fold.
They don't have big economy. The only strength they have now is their citizens supporting them. The citizens giving them 100% resource support. That's the only strength they have now. Their economy is not that big. If it happened that maybe, let me say, Ethiopia is on the same page and Nigeria is on the same page. The people have large numbers of citizens.
Their economy is much bigger.
If these people are acting the same way they are acting and they were able to form all this coalition together, they can have a serious voice to be trying to convince other countries to join them. But where this country has become a stooge, the leaders has become a stooge to foreign leaders. Yes. So they can
that is over reliance on foreign aids. It is one of the biggest problems we have.
What is foreign aid? It's a serious question. Yes. What is foreign aid? How much is foreign aid?
In a concept, that foreign aid has seen you as a poor person.
If you check in Nigeria right now, only last year, 2024, how much was stolen in the Nigerian crude account?
And juxtapose that to the foreign aid which we go and get.
No, nothing is foreign aid. Foreign aid is garbage. It's just what they are using to influence you. You should elect your leaders to be accountable of whatever happens in the country. Don't worry about foreign aid. Nothing is foreign. Nigerians, if you see the way Nigerians were supporting Obi, you will know that Nigerians can be, if the president said, we want to do this thing and we don't have the money, and you see that all the money that goes into foreign account or Nigerian account, he's using everything decisively. Nigerians can be contributing money to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I agree. I really, really agree.
Now, another example, this international airports, during the Biafran war, let me just go back a little bit in history. During the Biafran time, our international airport that was built in Nsukka was contributed by the Igbo people or the Biafran people.
By themselves.
They contributed money to build that airport. So this is what happens when you trust your government.
Yeah.
You understand? When you trust that, the government is going to work, then the citizens are happy to do everything.
Of course.
They will be happy when you increase their tax because, okay, yeah.
They know that
to,
when the
yes,
taxes are paid, it is being used judiciously.
you're going to use
Yeah.
it. Now, when you have your people at heart, you work for their interest. You put yourself on the line for their interest.
Yes, I agree.
Donald Trump was really a billionaire.
Of course,
He's
he
really a
doesn't need
billionaire.
anything.
But he took a bullet for the American people and stood up and was shouting, fight, fight. Fight for who? He doesn't need the money.
Yes.
But he wanted to make a statement for the American people.
He has always said that American first. If you have such a leader who always think about the country first, why won't you trust him?
Yeah.
He doesn't need the money for anything. He's not coming to use your money to buy anything. He has his private jets. He has his business.
Yes.
What does he need your money for?
They go in millions, in billions.
In billions of dollars. He doesn't need anything.
That is why they said this guy cannot be a puppet because he already has money. What are you going
to influence him for? As a matter of fact, when he was in opposition, he has influence to influence the decisions of the government in power.
Yes. Because he was donating money to some.
He has influence even while in opposition. When he speaks, it carries a serious weight that the government in power has to take a decision on that. So what does he need? If you have someone like that which you trust, you can give him your mandate, and the mandate will be used judiciously. And now look at the kind of decisions he's taking. The people of America are happy about it. Some of them, it affects us as Africans, but what can we do?
In case somebody that is watching this video keep going, why are they always talking about America? Because this is the last election and is the closest to this podcast. It's right that we use it to give you an example.
To do example.
Yeah. So it's right that we use it to give you an example, and we know the kind of people that will be saying.
We are linking it directly to what is going to happen in Africa, or what we expect to be happening in our country.
That should happen in Africa. This is what Africa should emulate from. As
long as we've accepted that we want to practice democracy, this is the standard.
Yes.
And we are using this as a way, to directly link it to what should be, or we expect it to be happening in our country. They had the government previously, and the people decided to reject the government. And the rejection was not just a normal rejection. It was a serious rejection that they could not do anything about it. We expect same thing to be happening in Africa. We expect the African people to start thinking again, to start really, really thinking about their interest. We shouldn't be cowing for people who have money and be giving us chicken change. We should be looking for a leader who we really trust that this person is going to deliver on the mandates when given to him. And we have to go out there and be very angry about it, about our current situation.
Yes.
And give him the mandates. Because if we don't do that, we are going to lose our human resources. People are going to run out of the country. The best brains which you have will be running away from the country.
Yes.
Not to go and get knowledge and come and impact the land. No, they are going to run away from the country and never to even be thinking about coming back to their country anymore.
Because without good leadership, they will not.
Of course, they will not even be thinking. Once you leave the country, has the opportunity to leave the country to any of these Western countries, the person doesn't want to come back anymore.
Yes.
Take their education and wants to stay there and explore. It shouldn't be like that. Even if the person has the opportunity to lead, they should have the mindset of, no, I'm going to get this knowledge, come back and impact. But that will only happen, it stems out when the leaders of the country has the people at heart, and they are willing to do anything for the country. Today, if Burkina Faso, if someone is from Burkina, is in the diaspora, I'm very sure the person is proud of what is happening in the country. And if the person is a millionaire, he will be willing to go back to the country to establish a business.
He's assured that he's getting help from the citizens.
Of course.
Yes. He's getting help from the citizens.
It is justified. And the people are happy. Even if I am a Burkinabe today and I have a million, I will go back home and go and build a factory because I can see the prospect of how the leader is making things happen.
Yeah.
And the prospect of the economy going forward.
Yes.
So I'll go back home and go and establish these things. It should happen also in our countries as well.
Also do everything we can to make sure that we protect him.
Of course.
Because since he has our best interest at heart,
we should not allow
opportunity that people cannot be able to miss.
Yes. We should not even allow it to miss. We've missed a lot of leaders going back in days, people who had us at heart, they were all eliminated. We should not allow that to happen now. These are the people who we have to look up to. If we want to practice democracy, it's not completely bad, but the people who we elect into government, we should elect the people who think about the people.
Yeah.
Once that happens, we will enjoy the fruits of democracy. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we've been coming to podcast to hammer these things.
Yes.
Is because we care about where we come from.
Of course.
It's there is this thing that my people say. No place like home. My
Of
people
course.
always say no place like home. No matter how successful we are outside our country, we'll also have our country at heart, right? So there is this Nigerian that is now a leader in UK politics, Kemi Bademot. I don't know if you heard about her. She's saying that she doesn't want UK to be like Nigeria. You cannot tell me
what's her
what's
her concept, like a contest? What's the contest in what she said? Why doesn't?
No, I think that Vice President tried to reach out to her to help Nigeria. She said no. Then she started saying about how Nigerian police robbed her family.
Right.
You understand? So now the talk started going back and forth, and she doubled down. You will not tell me that she doesn't love Nigeria, but there is a way you will love Nigeria, but you hate the leaders or the political class so much that you will be so open to be bashing them anyhow.
Yes. And he's justified.
Of course.
She's justified to say these things.
Yeah. And
she's
people will be fighting her. People that when I look at people fighting her, I say, what is wrong with these people? If you put me in that position, man.
You know that a lot of people are reactive to issues. They don't really sit down and analyze what the person.
We also know the kind of people that are fighting her. There are people that when they say something in Nigeria get her. Don't take them seriously. There are the people fighting for their daily bread.
But we see, in as much as you are fighting for your own personal, you should be very objective in certain topics. Because whatever is happening, you are going to definitely be affected. So the sentiment the person is raising, you should sit down and analyze it. How can I do it better? It doesn't take anything away from you. You analyze it. How can you if you are doing things better, do you think, we are mad to go and sit on a podcast and start criticizing our government if they are doing the right things? No. If they are doing the right things, we are going to talk about it.
Things must be said for the future of our generation.
Of course, because we will not sit down to allow I will not be happy to go back to my country with this kind of war. It will not be. I will not like my kids to be growing in this kind of circumstance.
I want to tell African youth that if you are somebody that is so addicted to the mainstream media, you will never know the truth. You will never know the truth. If you are somebody that is always, I'm listening to, let me use Nigeria for instance, I'm listening to Arise TV or Channels TV, AIT, whatever, you're never going to know the truth. You should use the handset you have, the handset you use to come to X to say, recharge for me.
Yes.
Use that handset to make a simple research. Educate yourself. There is a revolution going now online, information age. Podcast channel is also involved. Private blogs, people writing blogs. You should, if you do a simple research, you get to educate yourself.
Yes.
You get to know the truth. But I guarantee you that what Channels TV will come in the morning to do is they will invite this opposition party to come and rant. Those people will rant for 4 hours, but
you will not find a single substance in what they are saying.
Yes.
And you know that, see, it is deliberate. It is deliberately set out that this is the information. Before they will come, they have editorial policies.
Yes.
This information, we want it to go out. This information, we don't want it to go out.
This is what is trending.
This is what should go out. If there is a topical issue, why do you think that, okay, when you go to this media, they are saying this same thing?
Yeah.
And it's going to, they streamline it among all the media houses. You cannot take your news from those places.
Yes.
Practice the culture of self-research.
Okay, you see, whatever you heard, question.
Yes.
Question it.
Don't...
Whatever you hear, question it. Whatever you hear, question it. Whatever that is being fed to you, question it.
If they put up a topic, you should be able to do a research on your topic. First of all, in the first place, you should even be capable of getting the news also, and going further by interrogating the stories. Don't just take story, read headline. No, don't do that. Interrogate stories and don't believe anything at all.
Yes.
It's really a problem for us, the issue or the topic about critical thinking and self-education.
Yes.
But we need to adopt a system, or we need to adopt the habit of going into this. It will help us. It will help us a lot,
So I know we've talked at length and we wanted to be short on this podcast, but
at the end of the day,
when we started talking about motherland,
we are
it's
going to
personal.
talk about-
Yeah, it's personal. We cannot stop talking about it. We cannot stop talking about it. And this is what if we find chance, we'll find a way to be doing it. If it's twice in a month for you,
Yes.
I don't know. We are always engaged. We're working here, so
But we
use
try our best to. And I want to plead. If the people comes to watch the video, they should try and like it, subscribe to the channel, and
Yes.
leave a comment.
Yes.
When you leave a comment, at least the things that are bothering you,
Yes.
or you want people to talk about them, you don't have the platform.
Yes.
At least we have the platform. We will read the comments.
Yes.
We will bring it up. We will
Yes.
discuss those topics.
Yes,
It's important.
yes, yes,
Maybe
yes.
you have something in your mind, you want to talk about it, but you don't have the platform. We are open.
Yes.
So when they come across these videos like that, they should follow the platform. It's very, very important for us. We are pleading with them for them to go ahead and follow the platform.
Yes.
They should leave a comment, whatever suggestions they have for us to discuss. They should
Yes.
put it there.
Yes.
We will go into our research rooms, get the research, and bring it up to the public.
Yes.
You know.
We want to sorry not to cut you
Yes,
off.
please.
We want to educate our brothers and sisters. We want Africans to get education.
Voice.
Yes. We want to enlighten them.
All right.
If you come across this video and you don't have platform yet, put down your questions and we'll bring it up and deliberate it.
Yes.
So your questions will also help us because there are things that is going on and we don't know about it.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, if there are something that has happened in your place,
Topics
in
that
your
we-
country, you put it here and we'll do a research on it, find out that yes, this is credible. We are sure we will talk about it here.
Yes.
So we will build your own voice. Always make sure that you drop a comment on this video. It's going to be appreciated. And if you are not part of this community yet, please subscribe. Your comment, just like he said, is very, very important to us. Like this video and share it. Our video is also trying.
And it's
looks
organic.
like-
We are going to get there, hopefully.
Yeah. So please, yes, it's important that when you come across this video, you like it as an African, just give us strength because politics happens to, how should I say it? It's part of all of us.
It's the backbone of Africa, and it's the reason why we are where we are now. So it's very important. We need to take it.
If you are not in the room to make the decisions will be made for you by the people that don't have your interest at heart.
Of course.
So it's good that you help us put your voice there. Let the video be going up so that people will also be hearing what we are saying because this thing that we are trying to get across, all this information that we are trying to get across to you, if it's not heard by majority, it will just go like that.
Yes.
Nobody will hear
it will
about
not have any
Yes,
impact.
yes.
The impact we want it to have. And hopefully.
So please, if this is your first time, subscribe, share, and drop your comment. It will be really appreciated and we'll talk about it if it's something that you need us to talk about. So my name is Mr. Victor, and if you've not met our only brother Idris, please, this is our brother Idris. This is the segment that we've been doing. This is the 4th episode.
Yeah, 4th.
And it's going to continue. We are going to double down for you. Please like, subscribe on this video. Vic Influential Podcast brought to you by Victor and Idris. Thank you.